Hello, everyone. I'm Colleen Vanderzyden, and this is Creating an Inspired Life. I have someone who is just going to say hi to us today because, as you know, here in the United States, it is Thanksgiving. So I had some family members over today, and I've managed to talk my son into coming downstairs into my studio just to say hi to people. So Benjamin, come over here. See, isn't this fun? We need to have some fun. Just lean down here. Okay, come down a little bit more. Now just give a little wave and say hi.
How are we?
There we go. Okay. Thanks for coming, Ben. See you later. So we managed to get my son to come down here and my first family member to be on the air with me. Isn't that awesome? So tonight, as you know, I am a certified life coach and a medium, but tonight's coaching tip is all about the magic of our words. What if I told you there was an easy way to change your life? And all it takes is an awareness of your words. Your words are magical. Everything you say creates the life you have. Everything you say today creates the life you have either today or tomorrow. I was working with a client the other day who has been experiencing severe chronic pain. If you've ever experienced pain that doesn't let up, you know how draining it can be. Your energy to be positive or hopeful just disappears. We move into this state of hopelessness that nothing is ever going to change and we're never going to feel better. And that's where she was. I told her, as I was talking to her, I told her the story about a time when I was in chronic pain. I had a couple of physical issues that just wouldn't let up. And I would see the doctors, and the doctors were saying there really wasn't anything wrong, but the pain was still there. And of course, the frustration of having the doctors not give me a medical solution to this was very irritating. And this client, as I was talking to her, was also experiencing some similar things. She was seeing medical people, but nothing was helping. And she wanted help, but no one had yet given her a solution. I did work on her doing some energy healing, but I also started to explain to her how I helped myself in my pain situation by using positive, powerful statements. Things like, my body is healthy and comfortable. I put that phrase actually into my phone so it would pop up during the day so I could see it and remember to say it out loud, because as you know, it does take some time to change our habits of thinking and words. So if I put it in my phone, it would pop up to remind me. My goal was to say it enough times to move myself out of the hopeless state and into a state of more something like, I'm feeling better every single day. The words we say attract what we're feeling, what is happening in our lives. With my client repeatedly saying how much pain she was in, she was attracting further pain to herself. She was so focused on the pain, she kept saying things like, I have so much pain, I've had this pain for this many years, I don't want pain, I want to be pain-free. All of those comments were focused on the pain rather than on being healthy. The words we use let the universe know what we want in life. The universe hears the word pain. It doesn't hear not pain, release pain, pain-free. It doesn't hear words that negate things. So if you're ever trying to create something, you've got to use words in a different way. You can't say, I want to be pain-free or stress-free. It doesn't work. The vibration of the word pain or stress is the word that the universe is hearing and is going to attract more pain to her and to you. Even though it can be very hard to make statements that are opposite of what we're feeling. We're in pain. We don't want to say, I am feeling relaxed and comfortable. I am feeling healthy and complete. When we say those things, we feel like we're lying. But by saying those positive words, that begins the process of shifting our vibration, the vibration of our physical body, and moving ourselves into a state of health. Our words actually create magic. The first time I heard that, I thought, oh, come on, that can't be true. But I found over the years, it is true. What are we creating with our words? Are we creating good magic or are we creating bad magic? Are we aware of what we're saying? Many of us just talk and we're not aware, we're not conscious of the words we use, and we're certainly not conscious of the power our words have and the impact they have in creating the life we are now experiencing or going to experience tomorrow. We speak out of habit. We emphasize what's going wrong in our lives instead of the things we want to have in our lives, the positive things. We get stuck on the negatives and we complain and we whine, when instead we should be using our words to create something different. I had a friend who was complaining about the stress of her job. That's all she talked about. The more she complained, the more stress she had. I had another person who complained about how hard life was. It was so unfair. It was so hard. It was so difficult. And the more she complained about that, the more bad luck she had and the more she had problems. It was actually kind of stunning. The magic of our words is amazing. The problems start for us when we're not aware of what we're saying. We don't know the power of our words. So I'm here to tell you, we are going to change that right now. We don't want to waste any more time. We only have so much time here on this earth, and we want to make sure we're having the best experience possible. I told a student once that she was very negative. Everything she said, it was just on and on. And I said she might want to consider watching the words she was using. Listen to what she says. See what you're saying throughout the day. Just observe them. Pay attention to what comes out of our mouth. You know how we just talk sometimes and we're not paying attention. She came back to me a couple hours later and said she had to stop doing it because it was too hard. She started to recognize all of those habits that she was using, creating negativity in her life. And she didn't know what to do to move out of that. She was stuck in that habit of complaining and negativity. Now, that client I was telling you about, she thought she was supposed to say what she feels. So she was a little bit resistant to the idea of saying something that wasn't true, because she says, well, I was taught that I'm supposed to say what I'm feeling. And I said, but if you're always talking about pain, you're going to create more pain and attract it to you. So you can acknowledge the pain. Yes, you have the pain. Do it in your head. But the words you use outside of your head, the ones you use aloud, you need to change them and say your body is healthy, even if it's not. Even if it rings hollow and you feel like you're lying, it's not true. But both of those people, my student and this client, they didn't recognize the power that their words hold in changing their lives. You can change your life simply by paying attention to your words and choosing different words. It's simple, but it's not always easy, of course. So one of the ways I always tell people to try to change their words by just becoming aware of their words is by saying, don't say anything negative. Just don't say it. Somebody can treat you horribly. Don't talk about it. Something bad happens in your life. Don't talk about it. Just don't do it. And by that simple action of attempting to not say anything negative, you become aware of all of the times that you are used to just saying something habitually that is negative. You become aware of those habitual comments and your unconscious words. Those words, the unconscious ones, are the ones attracting things you don't want. So can't you just switch it around and create something else? Of course you can. So becoming aware of those words is truly the first step to using the magic of your words to create an empowering life rather than a disempowering life. Another thing you need to be careful of and really watch is don't say anything negative about yourself. You hear those words in your head and sometimes you say, oh, what's wrong with me? I can't believe I'm so stupid. I can't believe I did that, on and on and on. If you notice those negative comments and you want to say them about yourself, that self-critical inner voice, don't say it aloud. As soon as you notice your mind going in that area, stop and substitute. Come up with a different word. So that's the next thing you want to do is to substitute ahead of time. You've got to plan it out. You can't just think when you say something negative, you'll know what to say next. You've got to decide what you want to say ahead of time. So for my client, I said, instead of focusing on her pain, say something else that is creating a positive, healthy life. If you were to want less stress, for example, you might say, my life is perfect. I can handle anything that happens. I have all the time I need. Whatever kind of statement is going to help you move out of the stress you're experiencing. You want to say that. You want to make sure that whatever you say, you put it in the present tense, like I am, I have, my life is, that kind of thing. So that's sending out to the universe that you recognize that energy is in your life now, today, not tomorrow, not someday in the future, but now, today. So if you struggle with negativity, you might say, I am a positive person who finds the good in life. If life seems to be difficult and hard, try saying something along the lines of, everything works out for me. I used something like that for years, and I had it pop up on my phone. It's a great way to remind you. I recommend that. And as time went on using this, anytime something did happen for me that was good, where maybe the potential it could have gone the other way, I would say, well, yes, of course, everything is always working out for me. And so I was further affirming to the universe that, yes, I expected everything to always work out for me. The more you affirm it, the more it happens. It truly is magical. It's amazing. So don't use words like I can't, I should. I should is always a negative thing. Or I have to, because how many times do we say I have to do something and it's a negative? Or I'm going to try. I'm going to try set you up for failure. Say I'm going to. I have this. I will. I have. I am. I can. Those kinds of words are all powerful words. So be conscious of your word choices. I know this sounds so simple, but I can guarantee you that most of you have not tried this. Just be aware of what you're saying. Are you using empowering and disempowering words? Are they negative, positive? Are they kind? Are they hurtful? Are they helpful? Or are they putting somebody else down or putting yourself down? Even worse. Your words create magic. And I mean that 100 million %. You get to decide what kind of magic you're going to create. Are you going to create the great magic, or you can create something that's negative and bad that drags you down? Use the magic of your words to create the life that you deserve to have. And that is my coaching tip of the day. You can connect with me at psychicmediumcolleen.com, as well as on Facebook, Colleen Vanderzyden, medium and self-empowerment coach. I hope that helps you create a better life. I know when I watch my words, things go so much smoother, and I'm not quite in such a negative state if I start to get that way. So we are going to move on to our first caller, who is Angela in New Zealand. Angela, how are you today?
Hello, I'm fabulous, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I love it. Well, I want to be fabulous too, so I'm going to be. So how can I help you today?
I just wanted a reading about moving. If I'm moving, and if anything comes through from spirit about, moving, really.
Okay. I get the impression you want to move. Were there some situations that came up where opportunities fell through, or it just didn't work out when you thought it was going to work out? Did you have some of those situations?
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what? Thank God, because those are blessings in disguise. Anytime we want something to happen and it doesn't happen the way we want it to, there's a reason for that. And it usually means it's just not the right place for you. I have to say, I do feel you moving. So this is excellent. Do you have something in the works right now that is in process so that you could be moving?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I like this one. And I'm feeling like this is going to work out. Boy, have you already had one situation connected with this move where you thought it was falling apart?
Yes, today.
Okay, good, because I can feel that and I didn't want it to be later. So good, I'm glad you already experienced it, because it's just a dip. Okay, it's just a dip. I don't feel like this is a thing that is going to stop it from happening. I feel like there's other things that need to happen, though, because of this issue today. Do you need to do some other things to confirm it's going to happen?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. Perfect. So just follow through with that. Be very methodical in doing everything you're supposed to do. Okay. And I do understand it's a little bit kind of a pain, because I feel like you have to go to this place and get this kind of paper. And over here, you've got to get something else, and you've got to get something else. So I feel like you have to get some more paperwork in order. Is that correct?
No, not with paperwork. No, it's really just a matter of packing my things and moving.
Okay. I want to make sure, though,
because from a city to a farm. So it's a very different lifestyle.
Okay, that's okay. I'm not worried about that at all. I'm worried about paperwork. So if there's a paper that pops up that you need to take care of, don't worry about it. Just do it, okay? Because I'm seeing papers popping up in my head here. So if something pops up, you have to fill things out, just go and do them. Okay, it's no big deal.
Okay.
No worries. Okay, so I don't want you to flip out if it happens and think, oh no, that means it's falling apart. No, it's not. It just means you have to do what you have to do. So just do it.
Okay.
I'm not feeling any issues with the move. And actually, this is kind of fun. I feel like when you move, you like it so much better, even though it's different than what you've experienced. I feel like you really like it. So if you're a little nervous about that, don't be nervous. It's a new experience. There's so many new things around this area, things you haven't experienced before, and you're really going to enjoy it. I also get the feeling that it's a little bit less stressful for you. Is there potential for that?
Yes, although I will be hopefully recreating my business. That's one of the concerns.
Okay, that's okay. You know what? I don't worry about that either, because when I feel the less stress, I just feel, what can I call it? I feel more open. I feel like you're more expansive. It's kind of like you're relaxed more. So more information comes into your awareness and is going to help you. Okay, so with the business, I'm not concerned about that either, because it feels to me like you're in a different mental space, something that allows more, I'm going to call it intuition to come in, more guidance from the other side, that kind of thing. I can feel that coming in to help you. So it actually feels really nice to me. That's kind of cool. What kind of business do you have?
So I've developed, I've actually channeled through a new methodology to eradicate depression and suicide, and using the human mind and the spiritual connection.
Ooh,
it's
awesome.
called the soul pattern. It's about connecting and being in alignment, and hopping out of the conscious mind. And it only takes a couple of minutes a day. It's quick and easy and effective.
Wow, that sounds really cool. And that's something I know you're very well aware of is needed. I know over here in the States, it's definitely needed. I can't tell you how many suicides and stuff I've talked to who have passed to the other side. And there's just so much of that going on now. So that sounds like a great thing. And that would make even more sense to me, because I can feel that intuitive, guidance kind of coming in for you. So in this new environment for you, and the way I'm talking about it, it's obviously going to happen. So in that new environment, it seems like you're going to get some really good ideas, and strengthen what you're already doing in different ways. Okay. Now, do you, before I let you go, do you have any online presence?
Do I have any what, sorry?
Online presence, like on the internet? Do you have a website or things like this?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay,
and a
perfect.
Facebook page.
Okay, excellent. So definitely, you want to use that, because I have to say I'm feeling it spreading kind of globally. So you want to make sure, you have that capability to do that. And that's very important. So this moving feels really good to me. So no worries about that. You just keep plugging along, doing what you have to do. And I think the feeling I'm getting is that's actually going to help your business. So that'll be good. One more thing. I always have one more thing to ask. Are you going to have any in-person retreat kind of things or workshops, that kind of thing, where you're moving to?
Yes, there is a retreat close to where I'll be that I will be running workshops and things from. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Because I could see you doing that, and I wanted to make sure I said it before I let you go. Okay, so Angela, thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you. You have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. So that was pretty cool. She's going to have some fun getting out there and helping everybody. So we will move on now to Cheryl Ann from Canada. Cheryl Ann, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you. And how can I help you today?
I'm in the middle of some big stuff, and I just would love to have a reading. I'd love to know.
Like how it's going to go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a lot around you right now. I mean, it's kind of an interesting feel, I have to tell you, because I see you in the middle. I can see that you're a person who has always been somebody very responsible, very reliable, all of those things. I can see that you're somebody who's been a bit of a planner in your life. Is that true?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Trying to get things organized the way they should be, figuring out where you're going to go ahead of time. I can also see that you've had a bit of this uncertainty with things that are going on with your life now. And it's a little bit different for you because you're not used to being in that place of uncertainty.
Right.
You're used to making a plan and it happens. And that's what has worked for so long. And all of a sudden it's not working that way. And it seems to me that there's too many moving pieces around you. You can see where things could end up, and you can see where you want them to end up, and you can hope they're going to be this place. And it's just like so much going on. But here's the interesting part out of all that. When I see and feel into all that, I can see all those moving things around you, so much stuff happening. I can see you trying to help other people, trying to help them feel better and all of that. But the interesting part is when I look at you, you are like a rock. You are solid. You're secure. You're right in the middle, which tells me that you don't really need to be worrying about this, because I know that whenever you've had a problem in the past, you figured out a way to handle it, haven't you? Is that true?
Yeah. This is huge. This is huge.
It's gigantic. I know.
Huge.
I know it's huge. It is. And the part that is very, I don't know what the word I want to use.
World-changing.
Okay.
I feel like I've woken up to something big.
Something even bigger than you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, it's not like, my life. I'm in a new life. I'm in a new life in the last 6 months. Totally. I have nobody left. It's a weird life, but it's a world-changing life. And nobody seems to be awake.
Yes, I'm with you. I know exactly what you're saying. And it can be very hard.
Like, it's not the way I was raised, is what I've woken to. This is not the way we are raised.
And tell me, would you consider this waking up that you've had and recognizing that there's more to life than you ever thought there could be? Would it be something like this?
I've woken to a past life.
Okay, to a past life. And all past lives connect to this life as well. So it's all good. Okay, they all go together.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I've repeated it again already.
Don't you love past lives? Maybe I should do a show on past lives, because those are very interesting. But
they are.
They very much are. And when we connect to those past lives, there are a couple things, and how much time? I have time. Okay, good. There's a couple things to be aware of in past lives, because sometimes what will happen, and I'm not saying this is what's happened for you, but I just want to clarify for some other people that sometimes what will happen is we'll recognize a past life. Maybe we'll recognize a person. And all of a sudden we just have this connection to this person, and we have this awesome connection. And we sometimes will believe that, we need to change our whole lives to be with this person. And I'm not saying this is what's happened. If it is, pay attention though, because I had someone say to me once, yes, sometimes you'll recognize the past life people, but it could be that they murdered you in a past life. It could be that they were so very difficult and challenging that you had to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. And that's what you're doing in this lifetime. And you need to separate from that person. It can be all sorts of things. So if you've had anything like that happen, just remember, just because something feels familiar doesn't mean you have to do it in this life. Okay. So remember that, if that pertains. If it doesn't pertain, throw it out, whatever. So past lives are interesting. For you, I get such a sensation of recognizing there's more to life than what you thought. There's more to our experiences with the people around us. There's more to our spirituality, our connection to the other side, that kind of thing. So going back to the feeling of you being like a rock, it's a feeling of you inside yourself, the core of your being, understanding that you have the power to create the life you want, which is always my theme, but you have the power to do that. You've always done it. You're going to continue to do it. Just because you've had this awakening for a past life doesn't mean things are going to change necessarily in that regard. You still have that power to do the things you need to do and want to do. Okay, so I have 2 minutes left.
As insane as it sounds, I don't think so. I feel like I've woken up. Like, I really feel like I've got proof too. It's too hard to even say out loud because I'm called insane if I do.
You know what?
It's a world-changing feeling. And I am already moving towards it. It's already my spirit's already there. So
okay, so you
I have
go
to go
with that.
forward with it.
Yes, go with the feeling you've got. And just remember, though, and this is really important, that inside yourself, no matter what you do, yourself knows what to do, where to go, and how to handle it. Okay? I'm sure there are people that you'll be able to find who are also of like mind, who will know more about this. So keep looking for them because that will help, just to have some people to talk to, because we always get in situations where people don't know. So just keep those things in mind that I've said. I have to say I feel good about it, because I know it has been eye-opening and it has taken you to a new level. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you do a little bit of Googling, looking things up on past lives so you're well aware of what's going on. It's so much fun to explore past lives, and maybe you can find a good past life person. So Shirley, and I have to let you go, but it was so nice talking to you. You have fun exploring this. This is going to be such a good time for you. Thank you so much for calling.
There's going to be a lot of people waking to their past lives.
Yes, they are. Yes. Well, you have fun with that, and I'll talk to you another time. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for watching and listening tonight. I'm Colleen Vanderzyden, and this was Creating an Inspired Life. I'm so happy you joined us, and I will talk to you next week. But in the meantime, you make sure you pay attention to your words. You have a good week, and I will see you later. Goodbye.